Good evening, everybody. I'm making this short video to introduce myself. My name is Mark Norwood and I'm going to be the Jiu-Jitsu instructor for the Jiu-Jitsu classes to be held at Messingham Martial Arts. So I'm just wanting to tell you a little bit about who I am and a little bit about what is Jiu-Jitsu. So let's start off with what is Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is a Japanese martial art which has expanded enormously over the centuries and most recently given birth to the likes of Judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The founder of Wado Karate was a high-ranking Jiu-Jitsu instructor. So as far as Japanese Jiu-Jitsu goes, there are many variants of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, just as there are many variants of kickboxing, many variants of Taekwondo, karate, etc, etc. So the style of Japanese I teach is a mixture of Kempo Jiu-Jitsu with an emphasis on striking, as well as takedowns, throws, joint locks, strangulations, all sorts, really, escapes from strangles, grabs, all sorts. The other style of Jiu-Jitsu is Judo style Jiu-Jitsu. Now, if anyone's familiar with Judo, all the throws and takedowns and groundwork from Judo evolved from Jiu-Jitsu. So Jiu-Jitsu was used primarily by the samurai within battle. It's centuries old. It wasn't always called Jiu-Jitsu. It's been called Yawara, amongst other things, and the name Jiu-Jitsu evolved over the years. And several people have their own opinion on what Jiu-Jitsu actually translates to from Japanese to English. Some call it the gentle art, some call it the flexible art, but it is very much a martial art used in battle, or at least it used to be. So the samurai would primarily use their weapons, ranged weapons including bow and arrow, and closer range weapons including the yari, the spear, and the katana, the sword. But if they were ever disarmed in battle and they had an opponent coming towards them, usually another samurai representing a different clan, they would engage with that opponent, whether the attacker was armed or unarmed, and disarm them, take them to the ground, because striking using punches and kicks against thick leather armour and bamboo wasn't highly effective. So what they did was they would grab them, defend against the weapon, grab them, take them to the floor, hold them in a position where they could draw out their knife and strike through a chink in their armour, thus dispatching them. Now, of course, the modern day doesn't require us to do that, but it is an effective form of self-defence. So Jiu-Jitsu really is a system of striking, throws, takedowns, joint locks, strangulation and choking techniques, and escaping techniques against armed or unarmed attackers. So a little bit about myself. I've been studying martial arts for over 43 years now, and I was introduced to Japanese Jiu-Jitsu by a friend. It was Judo style Jiu-Jitsu, and the grade I hold in that is 6th Dan, 6th degree black belt. It's not the only martial art I have a black belt in. I also have a 1st degree black belt in kickboxing, which I gained in the year 2000, and I also hold a 2nd degree black belt, a 2nd Dan in Judo, and a 2nd Dan in Kempo Jitsu. I've been teaching for well over 30 years around various parts of the country. I've also helped assist classes and also learned in classes around the world on my travels with the Royal Navy in places like the United States, the Caribbean, and elsewhere. But I am very much looking forward to welcoming you to our Jiu-Jitsu classes, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much.